A crowded celebration, no masks required.
I think it'll be a very safe event.
Colleyville Mayor Richard Newton says Friday's Stars and Guitars Festival and Fireworks Show will go on as scheduled, the day after Tarrant County Judge Glenn Whitley signed an executive order that in part requires people to wear masks at outdoor events with more than 100 people where social distancing is not feasible. Newton says he encourages people to wear masks if they want, but the city will not force them to.
We are providing masks if people don't have them, they would like to have them, so we're following all of the safe distance protocols.
Newton says the masks at outdoor events requirement does not apply to Friday's Stars and Guitars event because it's being held on a 40-acre space with plenty of room to socially distance. Residents can also watch the fireworks from their cars and listen in on the radio.
I encourage people to take every precaution they possibly can take.
The county order also requires workers and customers to wear masks at all businesses in Tarrant County, or those businesses could face a fine of $500 to $1,000. Newton says he won't enforce that in Colleyville.
We are not countermanding the county's order whatsoever. We're just not doing anything.
This all comes as Tarrant County's total COVID-19 cases have surpassed 10,000 and continue to climb. Whitley calls Newton's decision disappointing.
I do think it's dangerous. I think it sets a very poor example for an elected official.
It's his order, it's the county's order, and he's welcome to enforce it. So what is dangerous about that?
Newton says he personally frequently wears masks at area businesses.
We're not anti-mask.
But city law enforcement here will not punish residents who don't.
The county has their authority. They can execute and enforce that. That's perfectly fine. I have no issue with that. We just choose not to participate. So basically, we're just not taking action.
In Colleyville, I'm Eric Alvarez.